Hello, I'm alive. Yes, I am. And I'm here today to tell you about a very, very important topic in the spirituality, paganism, witchcraft, Wicca, whatever community. Deep breath. So, I'm going to reference the video that David Boreanaz made, I think this summer, on TikTok. And I was thinking, well, this video is old now, blah, 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 blah. And then I remembered that the topic that needs to be discussed, that David is guilty of, is always relevant and always needs to be discussed. Because David really folded the cheese. So if you've seen the video and you know what I'm talking about, and if you haven't, it went like this. Little David brought out a big bowl and some lovely crystals. So at first I was thinking, okay, this is a bit interesting. I guess that angel money buys you some nice rocks. He had a lovely piece of quartz and I think fuchsite, fuchsite, I don't know, it was like a green sparkly stone. Yeah, excuse the conditions, the darkness, because my light on the ceiling makes me look like worse than I actually do look like, so let's leave it at that. So what David did is bring out this huge bowl and some really pretty crystals, and he gave them a little bath, which was, I thought, okay, so this is new age stuff, not for me. New age stuff is usually bullshit, and we'll get to why it's dangerous bullshit in a bit, because the video got so much worse than giving his crystals a little bath. And he's bathing his little crystals. He also gave them a little drink of Florida water, not something I use in my practice because I don't have it accessible to me, but I do use perfumes on occasion, which also doesn't matter. And I was like, okay, new age stuff, who cares? Like, there's a dime a dozen of these new age practitioners who just bathe their crystals, give them a little drinky, maybe a little snack, and put them in a nice bed, give them a spa day or something, which, whatever. But then the video switches to him outside with his little crystal bowl bath. I'm sitting in the total dark. I just made myself nervous. Yeah, I'm going to gently piss my pants as I film this. So, the video gets really, really bad after the little bath, because he pulls out white sage and he tells, oh yes, this is white sage. Indigenous people, Native Americans, have been begging begging people to not use white sage. It's endangered, at risk of going extinct because it's being commercially farmed to be sold in your local spiritual witchcraft shop. And if you're not indigenous, you have no business having white sage. If you don't want to listen to Native Americans, listen to me, a white person. Stop using white sage. It's not for you. Okay? You're not going to listen to me, huh? Well, that's your business, I guess. Then it keeps on getting worse, because then, why did I just turn grey? Well, like I said, gently going to... Now I need to turn on a light. Should be a bit better. You can see me, and I'm not about to soil myself, because I don't know. Listen, I don't know why I was suddenly nervous to be alone in my room in the dark, because I do this a lot, and suddenly I was like, that's something for me to worry about later. And then little David keeps folding the fucking cheese, and he pulls out Palo Santo, which again is a sacred plant belonging to indigenous people. One lady came onto Witch Talk and said, oh yeah, I'm from blah blah blah, Ecuador, wherever, it's not endangered, like, listen, that's one person. One person who says it's fine, you can use your Palo Santo, and that doesn't make it okay. You should still not be using Palo Santo. No, I know. You don't like the word no, but I'm saying it anyway. No Palo Santo, no white sage. No. And then he really crosses the line by pulling out holy water that got blessed by the Vatican or somewhere in Rome or something, and yeah, on top of the white sage and the Palo Santo, he just pulls out colonizer water. All of the indigenous genocides, residential schools, all of it had Christians, in large part Catholics, behind it. So if you're doing the spiritual working and you're summoning spirits or whatever you're doing, you're going to be summoning indigenous spirits and Christian Catholic spirits in the same working. Originally, I wanted to do a tarot reading on the energy he summoned for himself with that racist, extremely culturally insensitive, appropriative spell. And then I figured there's no fucking way that he didn't put himself in some sort of what word to use? He fucked up badly, if you ask my opinion. He badly fucked up by combining white sage, Palo Santo, and holy water. It's like pissing on the grave of people who have suffered greatly, have been killed in huge, huge numbers. And then he proceeded to make these weird, I honestly can't remember if this was at the end or in the middle of the video, before the white sage part, whatever. He proceeded to make these weird noises with his chest that never got an explanation. Oh, I learned this like breathing technique that did nothing. It was just like like, fuck you, David. Sincerely, fuck you. I looked up his Wikipedia page just to be sure that he doesn't maybe have some indigenous background. From Wikipedia's page, he's a fully white Catholic male. Boreanaz is a Slovenian last name, according to Wikipedia. If that's wrong, that's on Wikipedia's fault. That's Wikipedia's fault, not mine. So what else to say? Maybe don't fuck around unless you want to find out. Don't touch things without research. And if you find that something is not for you, that something is a close practice, fuck off. Fuck off. Give it away to somebody who has the correct connection to it, or respectfully bury it in the ground and be like, sorry, my bad, didn't know. And don't buy white sage or Palo Santo or anything that you're not sure of. Google, no, actually, you know what? Google has gone to hell. Google only will give you AI results, which are garbage. I remember like a year ago, I found like a dozen websites and cross-referenced what, I forgot which ingredient plant I was looking up, but I found several websites that told me, oh yeah, this is for this, that, cross-referenced, got what I needed, thank you Google. Now, I cannot find any of those sites that I used to use for research and cross-referencing. That's a diatribe that I went on. Well, oops. So, don't be a David. Don't be a David, because ew, David. Ew, David. Please do better in your spiritual practices. Please do research, respect marginalized people, people who aren't white, because their things should be theirs, they should remain theirs. And some things, if something is not for you, instead of being mad, look at all the myriad of things that is for you, because there's a ton of stuff that you can have. You don't have to have other people's stuff. You don't have to. You'll be fine. There are hundreds of species, varieties of sage that you can use. It's not a big deal. White sage doesn't have to go extinct. The people who it belongs to can continue to have their practices and their culture. You don't have to have your fingers in everything. You can respect people who are different from you, who have different ways, different beliefs. And once again, ew, David.